to Good Vibes Guidance Tarot. So today I'm going to do a general collective reading. Um, More so tailored to your chakras. So it's a chakra reading. And then I don't know the name of that deck. I just call it the seven chakras because it's all about your chakras. Then I have the situations deck to pretty much tell like what's going on, if there's any blockages or any like pretty much your chakras is energy. Like what is your body trying to tell you? Okay, so what is the situation? Um, then I have hidden agendas of the heart. Is that the song? No, it's the heart's hidden secrets. There we go. And to pretty much say like if you're ignoring anything or suppressing some stuff, what is it? And then we have what's the tea, so get a little bit more into it and the underlying problem, see if you can actually like find a solution. um Sometimes two minds is better than one, so like let's see if we can help get you through this. And then I have the healing mantra deck. I have the front and the back. So give the front to give like some themes of what's going on, and then some affirmations or some mantras to pretty much help you throughout the situation. You can keep in mind, keep to motivate yourself. Then I have the shine your light deck to pretty much give advice to how you should like step into being comfortable being you and like accepting this new part of you that you're finding. Then I have the believe in your own magic. I believe that's the name of the deck, and that's like a little bit even more like spiritual. Like, hey, like we believe in you, like kind of thing. Um, we wouldn't let you do it if we couldn't. Then I have the Wild Child deck. I just have one card to pretty much like their advice to get in touch with your inner child or to like capture that in the childlike essence and stuff like that. Like SpongeBob, even though like he gets older and stuff like that, he still have like that child like wonder, see the world in that way. And then I think it's a funny affirmations deck. Right, and then I have the angels to pretty much close it off. So yeah, so before we get started, if you have headphones on, you might want to turn them down because I'm gonna cleanse the space and the energy. So you want to turn them down to protect your eardrums. Okay. So we have expansion, instincts, forgiveness. Okay, a couple of things, right? If you look at the card, if you see some faces, people might be watching you, okay? Keeping an eye on you. The amount of faces you see, it's the amount of people that's doing it. Right? Or they will like your forgiveness. Some of y'all already forgive them. So they doing all they pretty much just watching you just to watch you at this point. Like, I could tell you how many faces I normally see, but I don't know if that's how many faces is in there. I never like ow my ear. Sorry. um yeah, I normally just see like three faces. Now, if you didn't see any faces at all, there's more so, and you just saw the child, is more so saying that you have to forgive yourself. If you saw the child and then you saw faces, is like the faces that you see is the people that's keeping eyes on you, right? Which is why they kind of sort of hidden, okay? And they will like your forgiveness on something, but afraid to like apologize to you, or even just come like they're more so would be the ones that like try to let time pass and be like, oh, let's just let bygones be bygones, so they can like avoid apologizing. And then they kind of sort of will always bring up how you reacted but not what they did, to pretty much avoid taking responsibility for the stuff that they did, and they only will talk about the good times. So also avoid, having to apologize and stuff like that. And then we have perseverance. Then we have dependency. And we have impatient. And then we have confusion. Okay. Um. Okay. What I want to say is, if your heart chakra is blocked, that's why you could be confused. Cause all these are the higher chakras, while this is the lower chakra. And there's no actual green on here. So if your heart chakra is blocked, your sacral chakra is having a hard time understanding what is supposed to be, like what's supposed to happen, what's being done. Because how I was doing it, it was root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown. Right? But the crown is the only one that has the crown chakra card. Like, the heart, like the third eye and the throat switched. It's, so like your crown is trying to send messages and stuff like that. Well, your root chakra is like you becoming more stable with the expansion. You becoming more stable and grounded within yourself and stuff like that. So paying attention to your needs and your surroundings and your wants and stuff like that is increasing and expansion. But with that in this card, it's pretty much saying like you might grow, but not a lot of people will be there for you or like there to see your growth and stuff like that. Because what popped in my head is a verse in the Bible. I don't know where exactly. I believe it's the New Testament where I don't know the book, okay? That's what I mean. Where he say that the harvest will be great, right? So that means like if you plant the seeds and stuff like that, you continue to persevere and continue to like water it and nurture it. You continue to grow. Something is gonna come from this. But then the next part is that the harvest is great. Okay, so you're gonna have a reward. You're gonna reap something. It's gonna be great and it's gonna be wonderful. But the workers are few. There's not a lot of people there that's gonna help support you. There's not a lot of people there that's going to help you nurture what you're nurturing, kind of thing. But that doesn't mean that you're not gonna expand. It just simply means that you still gonna expand. You're still gonna grow. Things are gonna continue to increase, but not a lot of people is gonna be there or sit at your table and stuff like that. And then with the sacral, which is more so tailored to like how you feel about yourself, you starting to trust your instincts a little bit more. And because like your sacral chakra talk about like self-trust, self-worth, self-esteem, self-love, your sexuality and stuff like that. Where before you probably you had instincts. Like I said, everybody has intuition and stuff like that. Just not everybody like act on it. You probably, if you want to call it instincts, you could call it instincts. So it doesn't really matter. But we all have it. Animals, human, doesn't matter. And not everybody acts on it. They might make an impulsive decision and as a result end up betraying themselves, which still ties to the sacral chakra with the self-betrayal kind of thing. Self-hatred, self-loathing, all that still ties to the sacral chakra, because your sacral chakra is like about you, how you feel about yourself, and as a like it's how you feel about yourself, and then at some point in time, because I said your sexuality, it ties out to other people. And realizing that, and then we have the solar plexus. We're talking about like action and success and like movement. So you need to take action on forgiving yourself, but also forgiving other people, rather than harboring anger, guilt, and resentment. You have to accept them for who they are and realize at that point in time you didn't have enough like knowledge or information to protect yourself from the situation, and now that you do, you are protecting yourself from the situation, which is why we have perseverance in the heart chakra. So your hearts keep saying like Celine Dion popped in my head. It will go on, and you will continue to love and grow and persevere and find love and care and support elsewhere. But it's always important, you can always have that love for yourself, not in like a conceited or like a vain way. Like, you realize you have flaws, you will make mistakes, you might fail a couple of times, but that doesn't mean that you're not worthy or deserving or smart enough to do what you're trying to do, or strong enough. Depending on what it is, it could be like if you got love back, that doesn't mean that you're stupid. It just simply means that most of they failed you. It just, sometimes it really could have just been the teacher. Like, that teacher wasn't the best teacher, so technically the teacher failed you, not you, like, kind of thing. Or it could simply mean like you just need to spend a little bit more time understanding something. That doesn't necessarily mean that like you're stupid or that you're a failure in any way, shape, or form. Or even like if it's a marathon and stuff like that, and you pretty much practice and train for this marathon, but the day of, it didn't work, right? And then you practice and train for like the next time when the marathon came, and then you passed and stuff like that. It just simply means like you just needed a little bit more practice and a little bit more time to prepare yourself to do certain things, right? It doesn't mean that you're a failure or that you're stupid or that you're dumb or that you're not strong enough, that you can't do it. You can. It's just like you need to. It's not just about physical strength. It's like emotional strength, mental strength. You need all of it. Okay, all of it goes together. Because you can physically be fit to do something, but mentally you're not fit to do it. So it's just like, and your mental controls everything. So it's just like, well, I don't think it controls your feelings that much, but it controls your body. So like, it's like if you're not mentally like fit to do it, your body will realize that and pick up on that. Like the magician card, he has to be balanced in all ways, shape, or form. And then, so that's your heart. Then we have your throat with dependency. You're only taking action on things that make other people happy, but the people that surrounding you or people that is with you aren't actually happy. So you're trying to like people please in order like to keep the peace and stuff like that, but there is no peace. Even if you're people pleasing, there is no peace. That person has no peace in their life, so you can't give them or bring them any peace by people pleasing, and that just simply takes the peace away from your life. So you have to do what's best for you, and I would say persevere over this dependency, because the reason why you became dependent on this person was very like it was an impatient decision. Like, it was very rushed, which led to confusions later on. And then, yeah, so back to the throat. You say things depending on who is around you or if it's okay and stuff like that, rather than like just, if it's your truth, not everybody is going to understand your truth, recognize your truth, or even accept your truth, kind of thing. But that doesn't mean that it's not true. It just simply means that either, like I said earlier, they're not going to take the responsibility. Depending on how many people you see over there, they're not going to take responsibility, which is who you persevering over. And then the whole that's your throat, third eye. Now you're realizing that while like looking back, because with persevering you left stuff like that. Because perseverance is normally the 9 of Wands, right? And you're realizing how, like, while walking away from the situation, you're realizing that you jumped into this friendship or this relationship without either fully knowing the person or knowing their intentions and stuff like that. Or like you had, like, you seen the red flags and you ignored the red flags and went against your better judgment. And that was very, like, impatient or foolish. Or, like, rather than letting things go at the pace that it needed to go, you try to, like, speed it up and, like, rush it. And that just led to a codependent relationship, or like you being very dependent on somebody or somebody being very dependent on you. And with the crown chakra being confused, like, your higher, basically your higher self is telling you no, but you thought that was okay. You have an ego and a higher self and stuff like that. Then you have, like, this whole negative Nancy in your head. Now the negative Nancy's depending, if it's your voice, is how you feel about yourself. That's the whole the self-loathing and self-hatred and stuff like that. If it's other people's voice, it's more so how you think other people feel about you, or the things that they have said about you at some point in time that you're keeping in your head and let it live rent-free in your head. So you let those comments go and let it go, and then you more so just have all the stuff that your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions, how you feel about yourself, how you think about yourself, and blah, 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 blah. Alright, now you still have your higher self and you still have your ego. Your ego is just literally based on um, the thoughts that you create and how you think that you should be or how you should portray yourself, versus your higher self is like knowing who you are, seeing, like, and accepting all your flaws and stuff like that, and all your accomplishments and things that make you great, not just focusing on your flaws. Where your ego is trying to be like, I have no flaws, I'm amazing, and it's like, nah, Sway, you got flaws. And realizing, like, trying to keep people around you, or having a lot of people around you, can lead to a lot of confusion, because it's a whole bunch of people opinions, half the time unsolicited, that you didn't really ask for. And it's not actually helping you grow in any way, short, or form. It's kind of more so helping you be dependent onto them and on them. Because the woman, like, here with the world in her stomach, is the same woman here. So at some point in time, they just pretty much depend on you and the things that you're giving, rather than letting you be dependent on your, like, being independent and stuff like that, and making your own choice and pretty much helping you, guide you along the way, rather than basically telling you what to do as if it's their life, kind of thing. Because she's also there, this person is here. So you're supposed to, like, grow and expand on something, but you probably, like, want quick gratification, want it to happen very quickly, and that's not what's gonna happen. It need to take time. And, like, certain things are is gonna, like, work fast, but certain things aren't gonna work fast, kind of thing. Because what popped in my head was, like, 3-minute rice. Sometimes it is gonna work. Sometimes it's not gonna work. It needs more than 3 minutes. Okay. um. Unless you're gonna be eating the hard rice and the uncooked rice, that's not, well, doesn't really do anything to your stomach. But like certain things, they will actually hurt you. So it's like you need to be patient and forgive yourself for all the times that you was impatient and impulsive. But in the same thing for other people, and realizing like with the whole confusion, not everybody like thinks things through fully and stuff like that. They will do something, and then when there's consequences and then things fall apart, then they be like, well, I don't see how things fall apart, I'm very confused. And it's like, if you had took the time out, and your instance would have told you, hey, don't do that doesn't seem like a great idea, it doesn't sound smart, kind of thing. Like if you hear of, if you by yourself, okay, and you hear a noise out of nowhere, what your instinct's gonna tell you? My instincts tell me, hey, go away. Lock yourself in the door somewhere, okay? Hide. Kind of thing. Some people be like, I'm gonna go find out. And it's like, okay, cool. And sometimes, we watch scary movies. Sometimes that person come back. Sometimes they don't. And it's like, yeah. Yep. And then we have lockbox. We have situation with kept in, trapped, frustrated. I said keep in, closed in. And then we have gossip, petty, jealousy, envy. Then we have searching online, looking for information records. And then we have drastic, harsh, cutoff. And we have today, present, now, in the moment. Then we have tragic with forbidden love. Yeah, I was basically gonna say that earlier, but once I saw today and present, basically this person talking about you to this day, but out of jealousy, petty, and envy, and envy, yeah, so basically pretty much, if you listen to Cardi B, but she was like, I live rent free in this that girl head. I got condos in that bitch's head. Yeah, you got a whole multiplex in that bitch. Like you, they're thinking about you. They're worried about you. They're trying to find you, find information on you. Look at what you're doing, which is why I said earlier, if you see people faces, that's the amount of people that's watching you, bro, or looking for you, and the reason is because they're trying to say that they love you, but they don't actually love you or care for you in any way, shape, or form. They want you to be trapped or tailored to them, which is why they try to get you to be very codependent on them rather than being independent. And then once you realize that, which is why I said the whole perseverance, you walked away, then we have drastic and cut off. They didn't expect you to pretty much walk away or cut them off. Like, with the gossip and today, this person probably, like, because there's a sad person in this card, and I always realize that when everybody else is happy and smiling and ha 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 and giggling, she's looking down. So it's like, I don't know if they always make jokes, like little slick jokes, and be like, I'm just joking, you're too sensitive. Like, no, they dead ass meant that shit. They dead ass meant it. And the reason why they meant it, or they try to like pass it off, like, because they didn't want you to know like they was actually jealous of you or envious of you in any way, shape, or form. And like the whole wicked witch of the the wicked witch of the east, bro. Like, the reason why she was green was because of envy and jealousy. So yeah, this person is basically green with envy and green with jealousy, and they didn't want you to realize that and notice that, because then they realize like how it basically is a tragedy, like where you probably actually loved and cared for this person didn't give you that exact same thing back, and now they're sitting here stalking, well, I don't say stalking you, but like looking for you online, but refusing to see like the reason why you don't allow them in your space is because of their behavior, how they treat you, not just you, but how they treat people in general, people that they deemed. But that's another thing, they won't say that. Like people that they deemed above them, or think that have like a lot more knowledge or like potential above them, they try to bring them down. And it's literally out of like greed, jealousy, and envy, and insecurities, which is more so the Four of Pentacles. So with the lockbox, and because all the top just reminds me of, especially with the eyes covered, the Eight of Swords, and but with the looking for information, records, you can get yourself out of the situation, which I feel like with the drastic you technically did, and because you realize you saw this as a tragedy, something else, just like, yeah, nah, it's not worth fighting for, it's not worth being here for, it's not worth giving to, and yeah, which is what, like I said earlier, you starting to realize where you was confused and stuff like that. Your stuff is starting to clear up and clear out. Also, which just what I said earlier, you have to figure out how you feel about yourself and not what everybody else is trying to tell you how you should feel about yourself, because that's just gossip. Because you don't necessarily have to do it, but what I did one time, like all the insults that I could remember, I wrote them down, like probably about like my hair and stuff like that, or my eyes or whatever, like kind of like certain things. Hey, it went one by one on like the insults and stuff like that. But then on the flip side of it, I did like compliments that I got. And if you do it that way, you remember who gave you certain compliments or who gave you certain criticisms. Some people you will see will be on like both sides, and they be like, well, maybe if my hairstyle was this way, they like it this better. It's like, no, 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 no. What I'm trying to say, like, it could be the exact same hairstyle, just a different time period, and now all of a sudden they liked it, but yet before they hated it and tried to, like, you see the difference kind of thing. They always technically liked it. They didn't want you to know that they liked it. And I think I remember saying, like, in one of the videos, somebody was irritated by the attention that you get, and they didn't want you to get more attention, which is why they try to like bring you down and be codependent on them. So basically, your attention would be their attention, and that's not how that works. And people don't want to give you attention. People don't want to give you attention. And also the potential that you have to either create something or do something or turn things around, they wanted to bring that down too, so you don't continue to grow and expand and take action on things. And the reason why they did that is out of like insecurities. They felt inferior, even though you think that they have no reason to feel inferior. They did. And it could be like something really small, like you can create, like people that try to steal other people's ideas and stuff like that, and then try to take them as their own, right? The reason why they did that is because people are supposed to think they're smart and think they have all this ideas and blah 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 blah, right? Cool. They took your idea, took credit for it. Fine. How can they execute it? Do they know? No. You know how they can execute it because it was your idea, right? And then they take that idea. Well, they have no other ideas to act on or work on. You have like a whole bunch of ideas. Like, it just keeps coming to you kind of thing. inferior to that. Like, they don't have that. They can't do that. They're not creative in no way, shape, or form. And also just popped in my head is improv. Like, they're not on their feet. There's a very good. And then people always try to make jokes about people in improv. It's just like, bro, it really helps you. Like, you gotta be on your toes and always go with what's happening, what's going on. So, like, if something, like, let's say you always take the same route going to work or going to school and stuff like that, and then one day out of nowhere, out the blue, road is closed, or you can't walk in this like area and stuff like that. So you can't drive in that area, you can't walk in that area. So you have to like turn around, kind of thing, or like find not turn around, but like find a different way. So you have to like turn and stuff like that, to get to your destination. You have to like think quickly, like, okay, you're gonna go right or you're gonna go left. Can you turn right? If you go right, where's that gonna take you, kind of thing. And pretty much being on your toes and being able to change your mind and change the decision, but still finding a solution. Like, there's always solution. Bitch, no wear no shoes in my house. Also, what's popping in my head is Seven of Swords, but like Seven or Eight of Swords, but it's kind of sort of the Devil card as well. With this whole locked in. Because the Eight of Swords talk about like being trapped and stuff like that and being frustrated. But you can get yourself out of the Eight of Swords. Or even a Nine of Swords. And the Devil card has chains. The reason why I brought up the Seven of Swords is because the gossip. That's a lie. And then the reason why I brought up the Devil card is because the whole locked in and tragic love. And then the gossip. Like, yeah. It's basically an illusion that either you're still giving to or you cut off and somebody's still trying to get your attention for you to give to it again, but there's no reason for you to give to it again. Also, if you cut this person off like years ago, this person is talking about it like it just happened, which is very weird. Very weird. Like, it could be like a year ago and this person's still talking about it and still like upset and bothered by it like it just happened. It's like, you should move on because I moved on, like, kind of thing. They more so focus on the fact that you cut them off or that you're no longer with them than the reason why you're no longer with them. The whole thing was a tragedy. A Greek one at that. Well, in any tragedy, somebody dies. In Greek tragedy, somebody always dying. Okay? Shakespeare's tragedies, somebody always dying. Okay? So it's just like, regardless. And what was happening here, your emotions, you was becoming emotionally dead, emotionally numb to certain things. And Spirit's just like, yeah, nah, we can't, no. For this person over here, no. Like, we're not doing that. I don't know about mentally, but like, certain parts of you was dying and Spirit's just like, yeah, nah, we're not doing that. Not over here. Then we have distance, separation, space, blockage. And we have nourishing, self-growth, self-focus, soul-finding. Yeah, you have to like distance yourself from this person or these people to pretty much find yourself and focus on yourself, because they wouldn't have let you do that. There was more. It was always. It popped in my head. You ever saw Finding Nemo? It was a mine. But it was, rather than mine, is me. And it's like, shut up. Like, kind of thing. Like, give me a 5 minutes for myself. And it's like, they wouldn't even give you that. Like, it was always their problems, their life. They don't really care what you was going through, what you had going on. It was always about them. Which is why that didn't help nourish you or grow you in any way, shape, or form. It kind of sort of depletes you. And then while they deplete you, they'll go off somewhere else and find somebody else to do that with. If I don't know, if somebody else like really allowed them to do it, which is why they kept coming back to you. And now that they don't have nobody to do that with, or like go on and unleash all their problems, all their burdens, um, they trying to say that you're the problem, but then it's just like, no, 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 no. The problem is that you don't care for people that actually care for you. Right? Okay. Okay, so we have this black one, right? The black one is gonna be you, right? That's gonna represent you. Now this other person is gonna be purple, right? So purple will always come to you, unleash all their problems and stress and burdens, right? And as the time go on, what like they're doing all of that, even if you, let's say you was happy and you was finding it a good mental state, they come unleash all their problems and burdens, right? So you started getting depleted. So now you're like this, right? And now they all find and recharged and better and healed, right? So now, where before they used to be all like dark and da 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 da, right? Now they kind of sort of light, clear, and heavy and stuff. Not heavy, light and clear, right? A little bit see through. Meanwhile, you cracked, depleted. You gotta like, well, it's not really cracked, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like depleted, and they go about their business like la da da da, like, oh, that was so great. It was such a great event and such and but yet you still have your own problems that you had to like unpack. Now you have their problems that you have to like release and unpack and get off of you. Well, you don't have to unpack their problems because that's not your responsibility, but you have to like release all that like they're just unloaded onto you, and then release and like process what like your own problems and stuff like that. Another person helping you, no, you sort of have to, okay, that's all I have to say for today. And it's like that, but my life kind of thing. They're not there for you, and it's basically saying what I'm saying is purple don't know how to appreciate like actual, true, genuine friends, people that will be there to help them, nourish them, and help them grow in any way, shape, or form. They are more so want to be able to vent and unleash all their problems and burdens and then go back and do the exact same thing all over again. So where you're confused or might be confused to why nothing is growing and nothing is changing is because like the people that you're around, they don't want to grow, they don't want to change, but you want to grow and you want to change, so you have to do what's best for your growth and your change. And then we have loyalty with trusting, reliability, and believing. Well, you can rely on that person. But also, I forgot to do the bookends over here. So you was closed in or locked in a forbidden love, right? Then we have trapped with present. Hold on, because I do bottom. Okay, so in the moment, you felt trapped and stuff like that. I felt like there was no way out, and that was very frustrating to you. Or now, as right now, you're frustrated. You can simply break up with this person. You have words. Your words have power. You can use your words, and so that's one thing. Especially if they saying like create distance and cut this person off. Like, if they won't break up with you, you can break up with them. You know, that's how. Because a relationship is two people, not just one person. It's two. You have a say. If you be like, I don't want to. If they say no, it's just like, because that. If they be like, no, or it can't be, and it's like, yeah, nah, it is, like kind of thing. Like you keep just saying like, it's over. It's over. It's done. I'm out. Okay. I'm good. That kind of thing. You just keep saying it. Keep reiterating. Yes, right now you could be frustrated Or even if you're not in the situation no more, you're frustrated for how like staying in it for that long period of time. And then we have present with petty. Now you're realizing how this person was petty, or that now you're just realizing this person for who they are, basically, in the present moment. And then we have jealousy. We're cut off, which is why you cut this person off, because they wasn't reliable, and they did things out of like literally. There was impulsive out of jealousy, envy, like like insecurities, and feeling inferior and stuff like that. So the reason is basically they retaliated and they hurt themselves trying to hurt you. And then we have envy were harsh. So because they was envious or jealous of you, you cut this person off. And they feel like that was very harsh. And that pissed them off a little bit even more, because for some reason this person feel very entitled to be around people's space, or to like feel like they could use people to their own advantages and to get what they want. And that's very stupid. And because if it happened, like if let's say if the roles was reversed, they wouldn't stand for it. So, but yet you should stand for it because it's them. That makes no sense. You got it, right? So they feel like you cutting them off was very harsh. You creating space was harsh, but it needed to happen because what they was doing was very extreme. This whole like basically they're stalking you in every way, shape of like that they can, right? If you block their actual like page, they go and create a fake page. Or even before they created a fake page, they probably try to get like your mutual friends that you had, that at some point that gotta go. And then it's like now they're creating fake pages like every chance, like you literally live rent free in their head, and they can't. I want to say they can't function without thinking about you. Like it's you, it's always you. Kind of. You ever watch Big Mouth? Remember when Missy broke up with Andrew? That kind of thing. But rather than where Andrew kind of sort of like find the wrong things to replace Missy with, rather than doing that, like it's just you all the time, everywhere. And the ego could be telling them like, oh, this is your person, get them back. But like the higher self is like, they don't want you. And it could be a version of you that's in there that's like, I don't want, like actually the true, like real you, like, no, I'm good, I don't want you kind of thing, I'm fine, stay over there. And they don't like that person, they don't like that. And like it hurts their feelings, which causes them to do this whole spiraling stalking thing. But if you do the top and the bottom with, they're frustrated because you cut them off. The trap that they set, or the trap, this whole forbidden love is very harsh and nasty and just, oh. And they try to get you to be like very codependent on them and needing them for everything. Like, with gaslighting, it's more so you start second guessing yourself and your own thoughts and your own reality. Like, oh, did it really happen and stuff like that. So you have to rely on them and what they said in their words. And you simply having control of your mind and your thoughts and your feelings, and you know for a fact what happened and what didn't happen, you not under lock and key like they wanted you to. And then you end up cutting this person off, and they just like, why would you leave me? And it's like, you know why I left you, you weirdo, kind of thing. And as a result, they was gossiping while y'all was together. They continued to gossip about you after y'all was together. But where, like I said, they still talking about you to this day, but they talk about you as if The situation just happened like yesterday or like 2 days ago. When it happened, I feel like it happened like years ago, and it's like I don't know why we still bringing this shit up, but that kind of thing, of why we still talking about it. um, and okay, the reason why they're still bringing it up is because they try to like find information out about you. Like if they can't find it online, they try to like find it in people. But the people that they talking to you don't talk to them. So it makes no sense. So regardless, they're not getting information. So you think they would just stop and find like and then move on? But no, like but no. Um, and then over here, we have separation with believing. So you believed in this person and believed in their potential, the things that they were saying. But as you separate from this person, you start to realize that what they say was a whole bunch of lies. And that could be why you frustrated and get frustrated, because you believed in this person and you believed in a lie and an illusion. And it's like, hey, we all fall for an illusion and a trick from time to time. Not just you. It's okay. Or like you believe in their you ever watch Shits and Gigs? What popped in my head was I was about to say, like, you believed in their potential, and then James, where he was like, don't ever judge me based on my potential, you will be disappointed every time, like, kind of thing. Like, you believed in like, oh well, they can do this and they can do that, like they can always turn their life around if they put their mind to it, if they try to like, yeah, but they never wanted to. Like it has to be up to them, and if they don't want to, they're not doing that. You can see their potential, but see, like, their potential, basically, you have potential too. They saw your potential, which is why they try to keep you under lock and key, where you saw that, like, you thought that you can fix this person. They're not a project. You didn't come as a project. They didn't have to fix you or work on you or touch anything. You was fine. You was ahead of that person. You was better than that person. Even if they had money and stuff like that, all they had was money. They don't actually know who they are, or like themselves, or care for themselves in any way, shape, or form. Where even if you didn't have money and stuff like that, you still care for yourself and treated yourself and love yourself. It wasn't money that makes you love yourself or care for yourself, or like a position in any way, shape, or form. So the more you separate from this person, the more you move away, the more you start to believe in yourself and realize that, like, what you used to believe in was a lie. Then we have space with reliability. You start to realize that you want people that you can rely on in your life, not people that's just going to use you and try to be codependent on to you. Or where you're always there for them, but they're never there for you. And then we have blockage with trusting. Yeah, now it's kind of sort of hard for you to trust because you put your trust in the wrong people. And it's like, that's understandable, which is why now spirituality is like, hey, let's focus on that self-trust, okay? Because, ooh, what popped in my head, you ever watch Wolf on Wall Street? And then where Leo DiCaprio, he was like, I've been a rich man and I've been a poor man, and damn it, I choose rich. So it's basically now Spirit's saying like, hey, sweetie, okay? You had self-betrayal, now you have self-trust. And damn it, choose self-trust. And that's basically what you're doing. And those people that trying to like get you to second guess yourself or betray yourself, you just like, yeah, nah, just keep moving, keep it moving. Like we don't have no space for you here, like kind of thing. And with the soul being, I don't know if your soul was dying. Like I said, it's certain parts, some part of you was dying, and you move away from this person. Now you're realizing why you had to cut this person off, or why this person wasn't meant to be in your life, or why. Or what that sign that you felt what in the beginning and stuff like that. You know, like Holly, is that like her name? She sings that How does it feel him sitting up there? Aim so high, you can find a way to. That her, right? And she was like, how she felt butterflies on her stomach and stuff like that. And she thought, like, oh, that means like she really cared for this person, she loved this person, she liked this person. Her mother was like, no, that was the first sign of like, get away from this person. This person makes you nervous, kind of thing. Or like something is weird or something is off. So it's like realizing like certain signs that your intuition is trying to tell you, like, hey, like butterflies. I know it talks about like growth and stuff like that, but butterflies are not meant to be in your stomach, kind of thing. And when have an upset stomach been romantic? Like, that's just me. So like keep those things in mind. Then we have legal advice with court, judge, immigration, lawyers, etc. If you need to get a restraining order, you can get a restraining order. But I guess you kind of sort of have to have proof why you need a restraining order. But we had notes from earlier, so either way, there's proof. You got somebody had proof, and they can get a restraining. You can get a restraining order, okay? Like you. Then we have child services with the kid at risk of being taken or about to, reporting something, negligence, abuse. And then we have boss daddy with stable, rich business owner, CFO, big energy. Hold on, I don't know if I can show that. But you got that big energy. Right, you can't see it. There we go. And okay, so courts. I don't know if somebody's trying to take something away. I know before I tried to say they're trying to take your independence. But and get you very like dependent on them. I guess their thought process is, if they bother you to the point and you know that it's them, you will just come back to them for the whole thing to stop. Not realizing we have a whole ass legal system, okay? And that is technically harassment, okay? And that is grounds for a restraining order. You know? And the reason and if it goes that far, technically you will win. Like I said, somebody has proof and have evidence. And if there is a kid involved or stuff like that, you was with this person, you had a kid, they pretty much they don't actually want the kid. They want the child support that they will get for having the kid. So if they will try to say that you neglect your kid or you abuse the kid in some way, shape, or form for them to have the kid. So rather than, but as like I said, somebody have proof and have evidence. like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp and that whole thing. And then they had to like start pulling up Johnny's exes and stuff like that. It'd be like, yeah, nah, like he never laid a hand on me, he never did this, and he never did that, he was very caring, blah 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 blah. And where Amber is like, no, he hit me, he put hands on me and stuff like that. But then like there's more so pictures of Depp having a black eye than it's her being like hurt or injured. And then there's like, well, there was an ex that he pushed down the stairs, and the ex came and she was like, he did not push me down the stairs, he was in a meeting and I fell down the stairs and he came out of the meeting and came to me, like, kind of thing. So it was like I said earlier, with the whole gossiping, is because the energy that you in, they're not in, and they try to like sabotage it and bring it down in every way, shape, or form, so people will stop like paying attention to you or listening to you, stuff like that. Seeing that they can't control you, they try to control like how people see you or view you, and how they try to what they're telling them is inaccurate. And it was more so for like money reasons and money purposes, or to get something. Also with this legal issues and then child support, and I know child support is technically, no, child services, not child support. Child services is technically like a legal issue because there is a lawyer, there's a judge. Um, it was more so to threaten you to feel inferior. Either way, they were gonna do an investigation. So, either way, like, there will be an investigation. They will look into it, and if this person thinks like they don't realize like they've been around a lot of people, they've been around a lot of cases, they know when somebody is pretending and acting a certain way to try to get their way. And at some point in time, they legit would just ask if the kid of age to like speak and talk and like know what's going on. They would just like legit ask the kid, "What do you want to go to?" So, but they more so just using that child as a paycheck. And then some themes that we have with allowing appreciation, smoothing impatience, and expressing free will. So like I said earlier, where purple doesn't know how to appreciate the black, oh, purple didn't know how to appreciate black, yeah. What they was doing was not appreciating or love in no way, shape, or form. There's more so abusing the love and kindness that you gave to them, and they know that you loved and cared for them, which is why they continue to do that. It never helped you, it never show up for you, never supports you any way, shape, or form. Now, if you had been voting with this person and they gossiping, they betrayed your trust. Now they gossiping on stuff that you told them, and half the things that you told them was what they adding more stuff to be like dramatic and stuff like that, which is inaccurate. And then we have releasing expectations. Yeah, that's what I said earlier with you had like you believed in them and their potentials, and that like you expected like the relationship to work a certain way because of it, and it was not going to do that because they didn't care to do so. They more so, some people stay like healing is very hard to do, that kind of thing. And then once you fully heal, you don't blame anybody. You don't blame yourself. You don't blame nothing or anything. There's no anger, regret. There's no anger, resentment, or regret, or guilt, or anything. It's just, it is what it is. You just let it go. Right? But this person would like to stay broken so they can blame other people for their life and their behaviors. We're like, oh, I'm like this because this, and this happened to me. And it's like, okay, alrighty. But like I said, they're talking about it like as if it just happened. That shit could have happened. This person could literally be 50. Okay, that shit could have happened when they was 5. What the fuck are you carrying that shit for? Like 45 years you carried that shit. You could have like released it at some point in time, but they refused to release it because they get attention for that being broken and being hurt. They can use it as an excuse, and people would just be like, oh, they just don't know any better. They do. And some people, once they realize, oh, you know better, you just don't give a fuck. That's when, and then you cut them off. That's when they realize, they don't realize why they got cut off. They realize that you're no longer talking to them, and it's like, okay, but why? And it's like, well, I don't know, you tell me. And you can tell the person this, and the third, and it's like, but no, nobody cares, bro. Like, you can't keep using the excuse. You don't give a fuck. Just say that. Like, just say that. Like, then we have unhooking the patch. Like I just said, like, this shit, they could be 50 and that shit happened to them when they 5 and they carrying it. Why are you carrying the past with you? This shit is weird. Let it go. Like, and it didn't turn. They just had the themes. Hold on. Let me get some affirmations. But this person, they never would appreciate you and the things that you was doing for them and the things that you was giving to them because of this whole hurt people kind of thing. They like being hurt. So they just go around hurting people. And for them to be like, oh, well, I hurt you because I never knew how to love, and no one knew how to love me correctly, and it scared me. So I hurt the first person that ever loved me correctly, and it's like, okay, cool, 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 cool. That's fine. I'm not saying like there's not people out there that does that. That's fine. That's cool. But you're not dealing with that shit. And then also, if you say, oh, but if I did this to you, right, then it wouldn't have, like, you would have left me too, or you would have done this, or you would have da-da-da-da-da-da, right? It's double standards at this point in time. Like, they know that they hurt you. They're not going to apologize for hurting you, and they're not going to stop hurting you. No, 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 no. But it's like they are aware that they won't hurt you that way, so you to realize that they hurt you, kind of thing, or to cut them off again. They will still do it, but like probably in the beginning start like look like won't do it at all, but then do little test tries here and there, and then just go back to the regular TV streaming kind of thing, get TV services, and yeah, it's like you're leaving that in the past, and you realizing like what you expected from this relationship is not going to come from this relationship, and you just let it go and leave it in the past and continue to move on and be loyal to yourself rather than betraying yourself like what this person will want you to do. And they betray themselves all the time, so of course they would want you to betray yourself. Also, they lie to themselves, so of course they would lie to you. Okay? Cool. And then we have, I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and my ideas. I'm gonna put it over here with the expectation. Because for some of y'all, it did come up in a reading where somebody did try to tell you this person isn't for you. You should leave this person. Separate from this person. And y'all was like, no, they love me. Look at, he said da 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 and blah 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 blah, but he loves me. And it's like, okay, like kind of thing. If you take a step back and stay at a neutral standpoint, you will realize there is no love at all. The amount of readings I did, and they was the cups that came out wasn't romantic cups, wasn't loving cups. It was the 5 of Cups, which is depression, sadness, and melancholy. The 7 of Cups was choices, illusions, all the glitters is not gold. Like, inconsistencies, indecision, like kind of thing. And then 2 of Cups reverse, it's just misunderstandings, not seeing eye to eye, incompatible. The 4 of Cups, it's like you don't want to be there, so apathy instead of empathy, which the apathy is the opposite of empathy. Yeah, and then the 8 of Cups is just walking away from things that no longer serves you. Yeah. And then we have, I am willing to see things clearly no matter the outcome. Yeah, let me put that over here too. Then we have, when I share my deepest pain, I give myself permission to be. I'm gonna put that over here between the expression free will and the unleashing the past, which is why, you know, I said in the throat chakra, you express yourself depending on who's around. Whereas spirit's just like, no, like, live freely, be true to you, speak up, speak your truth. Your truth is your truth, right? Because what popped in my head when I was saying that was a video I seen on Instagram, and like depending on your childhood, I don't know if it was like your parent or like just people around you, but well, in the video he was talking like to this parent, like kind of thing, and the parent was basically saying like, oh, I don't remember like your childhood being that traumatic or like that happening and stuff like that. And then the person that was like now as an adult that was a child was basically saying like, because to you that was a normal Wednesday, but to me it was something very traumatic. So it's like, so that person is just a regular day kind of thing, like normal programming and stuff like that. That's their norm. That doesn't mean that has to be your norm, especially if it's causing damage to you and is literally traumatic to you. Of course they're not going to see how it hurts you because they don't see how it's hurting them, or they don't care to see how it's hurting you because then they have to like acknowledge the fact that what they're doing is hurtful and is damaging. They don't want to do that. They want to continue to do it. Right? So you have to, say, like, give that to yourself. Be that safe space for yourself. Like how you was doing it for other people, but do it for yourself. You can heal yourself and fix yourself. And if you need help, there's therapy. But, you gotta be careful with therapists nowadays. Sometimes there's some therapists where you can relate to, and it's like having a conversation with like a long lost friend, or it's like a friend that you didn't even know was a friend, but like your therapist is not necessarily your friend. Okay, they're not supposed to be. But there are gonna be some therapists that like basically trying to like kind of give tough love, where tough love is not what needs to be given at that moment. um And then we have, I am worthy of all the pleasures by all my I am worthy of all the pleasures my heart desires. And then we don't even have the green card out here, like I said before, so I don't know if it's blocked, but like, no, because that's what the perseverance card is. Yeah, so it's like you can get it, you can reach it, just continue to nurture it. And then we have, I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. Yeah, you don't need other people's approval. That's how the whole codependency crap, which is how they try to get you under lock and key. Like, you need their approval, and they okay, and they say so. And with the CEO, baby, you the CEO of your own life, your own body, your own mind, your own emotions, your own feelings, okay? Not them. You control you. Don't let nobody else control you. Put that shit over here. Fuck that. I'm gonna put that right here. Cause they try to act like they the CEO of your life and your body. Of you. How they the CEO of you? They don't even know you. Like, they don't even took the time out to know you or nothing. They just see, oh, you have power and potential. I'm gonna use that to benefit my life. And it's like, no. And yeah, pretty much you take back your power. Where here we have big dick energy. Clearly, if they're trying to gossip, no. Oh, Lord Farquaad, right? And Shrek, he technically wasn't a king, right? If you actually like watch the movie, and then where the mirror came in and stuff like that, and he was like, "Isn't this like the best kingdom of it all?" And then the mirror's like, "It's not necessarily like a kingdom because you're not a king." Why was he not a king? Because he didn't have a queen, which is why he had to get Fiona. You see? To become a king. But then he didn't actually care to run a kingdom. He just wanted the power. And then he tried to make everybody kind of sort of like him. Which is why he tried to like all the fairies, or like the, not fairies, but all like the fairy tale stuff. He pretty much kicked them out and like abandoned them and tried to like push them onto Shrek land. And Shrek was like, my swamp. Like, I did not invite you here. Get away. And yeah, even in that show, they keep saying, like the movie, they keep saying like he's overcompensating for something, and it's because he's not a king. So he tried to like create this kingdom like as if he is a king, but he's not a king. He's just simply a lord. He has land, and that's it. And basically how I see Lord Farquaad is how I see Napoleon. Napoleon was not that tall, okay? And or skinny. Like, it's just if you look how Napoleon actually looked and how they painted that man, it's two totally different people, right? And that's basically Lord Farquaad, right? On the cake, they had him the same height as the groom, well, as the bride and stuff like that. But he's actually like at Fiona's kneecaps, And then on the horse, the exact same way. He had like this whole metal thing to make it seem like he had very long legs, but like as soon as it's time for him to get off the horse, you see his legs dangling, and then like he's on the ground, like kind of thing. So they give little dick energy, you give big dick energy. That, inferior, intimidates them, right? And we're not about to do that because I was about like micro, but there's like that's not. It's like it just like with them, even if it's average, with what you're doing makes them feel like it is micro, and it's like that's not what you're not doing it on purpose, but they feel like you're doing it on purpose because if they was in that position with having the power or doing everything that you could do, that's what they will do, and you're not doing that because maybe you was hurt before, and like how that will cause other people to feel, so you don't do it. But yeah, not this person. They know like how it feels, and they will still do it to other people. There you have, I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. Yeah, that's that nourishment right here. I'm gonna put that right here. This person, that's why it's extreme. It was way too much for you to deal with. Which is why Spirit was like, yeah, nah, we're gonna cut this shit out. Isn't that a song? Cut it. Like, yeah, like, like Spirit just like, yeah, it's time for this to go. Like, it's way too much. And yeah, pretty much leave this in the past and unhook it. Unleash this shit. Let it stay where it is. And then lastly we have, I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and I feel amazing. And it feels amazing. Yeah. Spirit's basically saying you deserve to be respected, loved, and treated and cared for. And this person wouldn't have done that or respected you or treated you the way that you deserve to be treated or appreciated, which is why they removed them from your life, and you removed this person from your life, and now you're seeing, understanding why this person had to be removed from your life. And also, if you're a cross watcher, okay, person removed you for their life for a reason. You have to understand that reason and acknowledge that reason. Then you will accept the fact this person cut you out their life. They're not going to let you back in their life, and you just have to accept that. I don't care how your ego feels about it, okay? Whatever lie you got to tell yourself to sleep at night, okay? We're like, oh, it's their loss. I'm a great person. Whatever lie, okay? Whatever lie you got to tell yourself, hey, okay? Because this person, they're not changing on. They standing 10 toes. You're not coming back in their life. It is what it is, okay? Crosswasher, cool. They have align your intentions with your actions. So if you're intending to have an easy, like, I don't say an easy life, but a life that needs less management and maintenance and stuff like that, the people that's causing chaos and problems and burdens in your life, you need to like restrict their access to you. Or the people that try to use you for like money or emotions, for your body, or just for your physical strength, your mental strength, anything. Just literally releasing it and letting it go and letting them go. It might be a little bittersweet, because it's like you really care for them, and you might be sad and a little hurt, but it's simply just making room for like people that actually will love and appreciate you. Then we have your reality is a reflection of your inner world. So with that being said, also over here, they accuse you of neglecting a child. You didn't actually neglect your child kind of thing. If there is an actual child, you didn't neglect that child, you neglected them. And they try to project that onto the child and be like, oh, if you neglected me, then you must be neglecting the child. You're not neglecting the child. You and the kid is fine. Okay? It's them. Okay? So you have to realize they would just project shit onto wherever they need to project shit. Okay? Alright. And then we have believe in yourself and unleash your inner unicorn. So you can remove yourself from this person. Your life will get better. I know this person will probably tell you, your life won't be nothing without me. It will be something, okay? It will be something great without them. Continue to go without them. And then we have, these two came out together. We have Bitch Fire with Stand Up For Yourself, and Garden with Something Lovely Will Grow From This. See what I told you? Yeah, just be like, you'll never find another one like me. Promise? Like, honestly, I don't want to. Woo! Yeah, and it went from 16 to 15. That's the situation de-escalates. The further you get away from this person, better things will come. That's this gospel song. Better days are coming by and by. Honestly, like, when we get to that place in the sky, like, it's just, huh? Your life gonna be better without this person. They don't want you to think that because you leave their life becomes dim. I think they even said that before, like, your light and stuff like that lights up their world. And then it was, your light lights up their darkness and stuff like that. So without you, there's nothing but darkness. So where your world, there's might be like gray skies and stuff like that, but it's still, you can see people and stuff like that. You can make things out. Where theirs is always rain, thunderstorms, dark skies, dark clouds, kind of thing. You're seeing through that and realize, like, yeah, nah, you fucking up my ecosystem, like, kind of thing. Go over there and stay over there. And standing up for yourself, however way that looks like to you. If it's cutting people off or restricting their access to you, then it is what it is. For you to, like, focus on yourself and realize what you want and trusting yourself a little bit better and a little bit more. And you can stand up for yourself. Everybody can. Which is the Seven of Wands. Right? So it's like the people that once was celebrating you and welcoming you in and stuff like that are now, you pretty much having to defend yourself against. Like, Hopkins popped in my head, but he's a rapper. But so with certain rappers, you know, like, they have like a team with them, or they have people like that knew them when they was poor, and then when as soon as they start getting money, they start acting funny and start like feeling like they're entitled to that person money. Now August Alsina, where he like he made a song, and everybody kept saying like, don't forget about me. He's like, bruh, like, I gotta get to a place for myself before I can start giving people money. And it's like, when I say that I can't give it, y'all mad and stuff like that. But when it's like, I remember when I was broke, when I was poor, and I needed help, and I needed a handout, where was y'all then? Kind of thing. And it's like, once you make it to a certain point, now everybody from the woodworking from your past can be like, oh, well, I helped you get here. I helped it. And this is like, that's not, and that's inaccurate. And they just trying to lie and gossip and be like, oh, well, this person is this way, this person is that way. When it's like, nah, that's actually them. And then we have Lighthouse with Don't Doubt Your Worth. You know, here we say, I am always enough. See, I brought like a gospel song up. With that being said, again, I don't know where it is in the Bible. I know it's in the Old Testament. What book? I don't know. But it legit said that everything that God made is beautiful and wonderful. Like, marvelously and wonderfully made. Okay? So, He made you, right? You're beautiful and you're wonderful and you're enough. And you have a purpose and something to fulfill. And then, once it's fulfilled, you know, then He'll be like, alright, cool, come on. And then when it's, like, until it is, you know, you might continue kicking. And, I know, like, certain people, like, when the time comes, and it is what it is. That's how I see death. I just, even if it's unexpected, I'm just like, well, you did what you were supposed to do. Like, especially if they've been in pain, I'm just like, well, at least you're no longer in pain, kind of thing. Now you have rest. But then there's also, God is also aware, like, there are some things that He made, and as much as it does seems very beautiful and wonderful, it could hurt and be dangerous and stuff like that, which is why He, you know, be like, hey, let's avoid that. Let's not go over here. Let's not go there. Let's, you know, kind of thing. It doesn't mean like they're not beautiful and that they're not marvelous and stuff like that. They are, but it's just like they can cause like damage to stuff. And then we have universe. We all just stardust. Literally, we all literally are just dust. Doesn't that, they say that at funerals, like dust to dust? Oh, sorry. It was just I was talking about death and then boom. And then we have tower with unplug and relax for a spell. So unplug from the people that's causing you a bunch of stress and burdens and any problems. Especially if it's not your problem, you didn't create that problem. Unplug from it, like pull away from it, kind of thing. And relax. Watch a show, binge watch something, take a nap, kind of thing. Um, Rather than giving to that like another person's problem, like give back to yourself and give to you, and let yourself recharge. Because with the tower being here, that could literally just be a divine intervention. The reason why you are, if you feel like you're being isolated or pulled away from certain people, Spirit is doing that to protect you, not to hurt you. They're pulling you away from the people that literally would have hurt you and oppressed you and try to keep you stuck. And which is why they're saying like something beautiful will grow from this. You will start to realize and see through others people illusions and what they were trying to basically get you to do, and like all the lies that they're trying to like to portray, kind of thing. Like you not worth, like you're not strong enough to do it, like you can't do it because you don't have this and the third. You have all the tools that you needed. You might not have like the skills, but you can learn the skills, kind of thing. And they were trying to make it seem like you couldn't learn it when that's inaccurate. And it was because if you do, it's like if you do all those things, you won't have time to solve their problems or be there for them, and they want you to be there for them, which is why they try to stop you from doing certain things, because you won't have enough, you won't give them enough time and energy or your attention as much as you were before. And now you're realizing like prioritizing your time is a form of self-care and a form of self-love. Taking time out for yourself is a form of self-care and self-love. And having a good sleep schedule or like resting is important. It is a form of self-care and self-love. So it's like where things that they try to make it seem like are mean or negative or that is selfish, it's actually like you caring for yourself and loving yourself the way that, and treating yourself like the way that you're supposed to be treated. Now you could just simply like look into self-love and read on self-love, to read the like see little examples and stuff like that, and to see the examples that you're doing that are literally classified as self-love, that they were trying to classify it as being selfish. And like allowing acts, like removing certain people access to you and from you is also a form of self-love and self-care and stuff like that, unless you're just gonna have people around you that's just gonna hurt you and abuse you and stuff like that. And also I want to say that with we all just stardust, nobody is better than anybody. We all simply equals. No, like we, when we die, okay, we literally all becomes the same thing. It might be just a skeleton and some dust. Okay, that's it, it's all the exact same thing. Nothing makes us different other than our personality. Maybe skill. That's the only thing. But then it's just like you're not the only one with that personality or skill. or information. So you're not better than anybody. Everybody is legit equal and the same. Like I said earlier, it might take somebody a little longer to understand it, but that does not mean that you're better than that person. Because let's say once that person understand it, they get that and they get something that you didn't even understand. So it's just like, you're great, they're great, everybody's great. Okay? Like, from the Wild Child deck, we have Weave. Spiders weave a web, right? Whatever. But it says, and the spider continues to weave the untold stories left hanging in the air of all, like, hold on, all occurrences in the universe, which connects with many threads so fine, with reasons to intertwine and unravel. Keep your eyes open for details. Some intels what impulse beyond sight. Memories all okay, that makes sense if I zoom in a little bit more. Memories all unique vibrations. Some actions are waiting to repeat. Hone your skills, or hone your senses, and weave, and your web shall reveal. You ever saw the video of seeing that something about spiders, like spiders, and like when it's on drugs and how, well, a different kind of drugs and how it affects like how they weave the web? You should watch that video. I think I remember when it was like on cocaine, it was very like hyper and moving all over the place, but the web was like the details of it wasn't really making sense, or really wasn't really fine. And then they showed like the different drugs and how it affects the body and stuff. And next we have, you are more than enough. You are more worthy. Well, you are more than worthy. You are fucking fabulous. So like I said earlier, where you were fine. They saw that like you have power and potential. It's just you didn't really believe in your power and potential, which is what they use to their advantage for you to be codependent onto them. Then we have make space for the badass in you to honor the badass in others. Which is why Spirit trying to say, like, take some time out for yourself. So you're admiring like certain parts of you and other people without admiring parts within yourself. And then we have the Two of Swords with God, Lord of all virtues, with breaking the circles and lifting oppressive boundaries and bringing victory. Yep. And then we have the Five of Pentacles with the forbearing God, with patience, revealing secrets of nature, and spreading knowledge and industry. Then we have the Three of Cups. We have the right hand of God with fame, renown, and influence, voyages, and great discovery. Two of Swords being, I'm talking about like being at a stagnation or a stalemate, having blockages and stuff like that. The Five of Pentacles talking about like struggles, being left out in the cold, also being like lead astray. But the Three of Cups normally something about like a celebration where you could like be emotionally vulnerable and everybody like are happy and stuff like that. Basically you're holding your happiness. Like I said earlier, like it's hard for you to trust people, But it's hard for you to trust people because it's hard for you to trust yourself and trust the decisions that you're making. Because at some point in time, you felt like there's something that basically told you like, hey, this is a red flag. Let me not like date this person. Let me not talk to this person. Befriend this person. And you betrayed that, and then you got led astray. And then that same person that led you astray basically cast you to the wolves and stuff like that, and left you out in the cold to struggle and stuff like that. And um and while you was out there, you was always able. People was there to help you, but I guess that you didn't like the people that was helping you. Um, cause for some, I don't know who you are. Like who is who. Okay, you gotta figure it out for yourself. You know what you did. You know why you didn't accept certain people help. Cause it did come out. Like somebody basically did give you the advice and told you ahead of time, and you went against it. Like so, you went against yourself, and then you went against somebody else's advice. And the reason why you went against that person's advice, like I don't know if you wanted a handout, and then it's like because you didn't want the handout from that person, so you didn't listen. So it was like, okay, cool. And as a result, you got led astray by the person that didn't really care for you. Um, and then we have breaking the circles with influence, voyages, and great discovery. So where or a circle is technically like, you see like as a bubble, so it's like if you also a cycle keep going round and round, it's like some is doomed to like is gonna repeat. You're not gonna like repeat this cycle because you discovered something. Well, if you continue to repeat the cycle while discovering, at least you know why you're doing it, but you're more so just hurting yourself at the end of the day, which is why spirit is keeping certain things away from you, because they're not gonna give you something good for you to damage it. That makes no sense. Then I know everybody be like, then why didn't it give me this person? They never gave you that person. You chose that person. That's the whole instincts that's here. You chose that person. They said, hey, don't do that. You was like, nah, I'ma do it. And then somebody else came and was like, hey, don't do that. You was like, nah, I'ma do it. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, what do you want people to do? Like, you know? And then we have lifting oppressing barriers with fame and renown. Yeah, they're trying to oppress you because, like I said earlier, the creativity, the attention, the potential that you had, they wanted it. They didn't like the fact that you had it, so they try to oppress it or try to keep it tied to them and tailored to them that they can benefit off of in some way, shape, or form. And then we have bringing victory by spreading knowledge and industry. Like knowing how the situation work or how the ins and out of the industry and spreading that knowledge. So all the tricks and tactics that they will try to pull, you know how to protect yourself from it and overcome it and persevere over it. Like what they will see what's supposed to like be a challenge and stuff like that, or be like a mountain. Um, and they'll be like, don't make a mountain of a molehill. Like this will literally just be like a little hurdle and you just hop over, but no problem. Um, then we have patience with revealing secrets of nature. So it's like the more you want things to come, you want to know things right away and right now, and it's like that's not what's gonna happen and not the case because you're just gonna like react impulsively, and that's not. It's not gonna do anything. It's gonna do the opposite of what you're trying to do. So it's like the more you move away, realize how like this whole being impatient hurt you, and how caused you to make certain decisions, and how just not even being impulsive just hurts you. It hurts everybody, kind of thing, and how it hurts people, and how like and why. Then you realize like why the relationship happened the way that it did, why did it unfold the way that it unfolded, and why it had to come to an end and you had to separate. And then we have the angel of travel and the angel of creativity. So I'm gonna put that over here because it says influence voyages. So you can like, you're creative in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if it's like, it could be singing, it could be songwriting, it could be architecture, playwriting, poems, um, improv, just technically acting, or even fucking acting, um, or drawing, painting, sculpting, whatever it is. It's fucking creative, and you can do great things and wonderful things. And with this fame and renown, there's different types of celebrities. There's A list, there's B list, there's D. It goes all the way down to Z, kind of thing. So you you may not even trying to be like an A list celebrity. Like, you have no problem being a D list celebrity, or even, I think as I'm not sure if Tyga is a Z, but we all know of Tyga. Okay, we know who he is. But like, he not really like a celeb, like, kind of thing, which is further down. So like, I don't know if you fine with just being a Z-list celebrity, or like you cool with that, and just like, alright, fine, less problems, less stress. And well, this person is trying to, like, I guess, force you to be like a A-list celebrity, but they want to be an A-list celebrity, so then they can network and get to opportunities and places that they wouldn't have been able to get without you, right? But then you don't want to be in that position or be in that area, or do any of that. You have no problem being like a Z-list, but then they just like, well, you can't do that, you can't do this, and you da 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 da. So as a result, you just don't do anything. So it's like, you don't become a celebrity, and they fine with that too. Because if they can't benefit off the money that you about to get, you about to receive, then you shouldn't do it at all. And it's like, it's your money, not their money. No, the JG, but it's my money and I need it now. It's your money, not theirs. So, who is they to tell you what to do with your money? You're the CEO of your life, not them. And then we have the Angel of Families. Okay, if you a kid, like, depends. It really depends. Because you can get emancipated. So it really depends. It really depends. But the family that you was born into is not the family that you're going to die with. The family that you die with is the family that you choose for yourself. But in order to choose that family and choose correctly, you need to know what you actually want for yourself and want in life. And then align your intentions to find that. And we have the Angel of Detoxification. Yeah. By releasing and pretty much cleansing out your space and your time and your energy, but also your body and your mind and your soul. Also, if you're on a spiritual journey, you're supposed to go through an ego death regardless. So you pretty much, you cleanse yourself, you cleanse your space, you cleanse your energy area. But yeah, that's also, you might like not go around certain family members or certain family functions or stuff like that, or you go and then like leave but then like an hour or 2 hours and stuff like that, and it's just like, hey, whatever works for you, right? And yeah, that's basically all I have for this reading. If you like this reading resonated with you, then please like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you for watching.